Hi everyone, I'm Chef Tom. This is Julie. Hello Julie.
Hi.
She's gonna show you her way of making chicken stock. Okay? Here we go.
So Chef Tom just did the deboning of the chicken to show you how to do that. And he mentioned that you can make really great stock. That's the best way to do it. And what's great about it is you can actually make it in batches and freeze it in small containers. So you can pull it out as you need it. So if you need it for cooking or if you want to make a soup. So this is my way. I am not a trained chef. I'm just a mom who likes to cook. So everybody has their own way of doing things, but here's my way. So I have a stock pot going, okay, and I put about 3 celery stalks, probably about 2 carrots, 2 full carrots that I usually peel and dice, and then 1 large onion. And then I like to actually add a little bit of onion, and I'm sure most of you have seen this before, how you peel a garlic. You just smash it. It's really simple. Okay? And because we're making stock, we don't actually need to dice it or do anything to it other than just add it to the stock pot. And a lot of people don't simmer their vegetables in a little bit of olive oil. I know it's hard to see, but I do that just for a little bit, just to soften them up. Okay? And once they're softened, we can add the chicken bones. So this is what Chef Tom had cut away. He was showing you how to cut the chicken. This is what's left over. This is good stuff. You don't want to waste this. So we're going to actually add all this, all of it, bones, everything, the carcass. There's Bailey. To the pot. Okay. And of course, it's very important to wash up.
Show them how to cut the plate.
Okay, so we've added the chicken bones and the meat that's left on the carcass into the vegetable mixture. And then we're going to actually add water, just simple water to cover. Okay, you're probably going to have to, it's going to depend on how much vegetable and meat you have in there, but it's probably going to, my guess would be 4 to 12 cups of water. And again, it's just going to be to cover, and if you get the water to up about here, that would be what I would do. Okay, so we just filled the stock pot with just regular cold water. It actually took a little bit more than I thought because this is a stock pot I actually don't use that often, but it ended up being about 12 to 14 cups of water to cover. Okay, and then here's what I like to do. I think it's best to add fresh herbs, parsley, thyme. We've done a lot of cooking here the last few days, so we're kind of out of our fresh herbs, but you can still use your dried herbs. Just know that when you're dealing with fresh versus dried, it's not the same equivalent, okay? So if they say a tablespoon of parsley, it doesn't equal to a tablespoon of dried parsley. It's usually half-ish. So just remember that because you don't want to overseed in your stock. So because we don't have our fresh parsley, I'm just going to add probably about a tablespoon. And I love thyme in my stock. You know, you can pick whatever fresh herbs you want, but I think these are probably pretty standard. Probably about a tablespoon of dried, and I can't get the top off, dried thyme. Here's one of my secret ingredients, and I buy this at the dollar store. It's just simple poultry seasoning, but it adds a lot of flavor. So I don't go crazy, but maybe, you know, a teaspoon or so. And then, last but not least, I like to add fresh whole black peppercorns. Okay? So, and then what I like to do is just bring it up to a boil. And once it's to a boil, I'll reduce it and let it simmer for a couple of hours until the meat is cooked and it's kind of falling off the bone. And you can even, extract some of the meat from the bone if you want to reuse it once it's totally cooked, and then strain it. I don't reuse my vegetables in you know, my broth. I you know, I'll always add fresh after I've already created my stock. But yeah, that would be my suggestion, is to strain it and freeze it. So hopefully this is helpful to you. So good luck.
Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
Also, I want to mention to you guys is I just deboned the whole chicken, and I put my two boneless chicken thigh meat into the pot too. So let them cook together, and once the thigh meat is done, what I like to do is I just bring out and cut a little pieces. And I'm dipping with my hot sauce, lime juice, soy sauce, you know, those kind of stuff. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm Chef Tom, this is Julie.
Hi.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, so the stock that we have been working on has been probably boiling, simmering for probably about 2.5 hours. You can do it longer if you want, but I can tell, I know when it's ready is when the meat is just literally falling off the bones that we put in here. And the next thing to do is to strain it. And we want to get rid of the vegetables and get that those chicken pieces off of the bone that maybe we can reuse in a soup or a stew or another recipe. So we're going to go ahead and take this off and strain it right now.
Be careful, babe.
And again, as I said earlier, I don't reuse these vegetables. You're best to just use these for the stock, and then if you do want to make a soup, use fresh vegetables again and add those. Okay, so here is the strained broth. Okay, some people, sometimes they'll skim. See this fat on top? I don't like to do that because I think the fat is where the flavor is. So what I would probably do in this instance is maybe separate it into 4 containers and freeze it. The other thing you can do, I've seen it done, it actually works really well. You can actually put it in ice cube trays. Okay, so take a couple of ice cube trays and freeze them. And then once they're frozen, put them in baggies. And so then you can drop them into your recipes. So here's the guts of the stock. And you can see there's actually a lot of really good pieces of meat in here that came off the bone. It takes some time. Some people don't like to do it because it does take a lot of time. But to me, it's worth it to go in and get that meat off the bone. See, this is really good. And put that also in a baggie and freeze it for soups, stews, future recipes. So anyway, I hope that you learned how to make really good stock. It's really delicious. And thanks for watching Chef Tom.